Well, I'm just on the outskirts of Strasbourg here at the moment, and I'm just following this little canal behind me to my next destination, which is Obernai, where I'll be staying with Bastian, who is a friend of mine, who I mentioned in another video. And last night I stayed with Domitelle, who was another French lady who really kindly offered to host me at the last minute from Warm Showers. And it ended up being a really awesome night last night because we ended up having a bit of a family dinner. And I, yeah, I guess I'll start from the start of yesterday. So kind of left in the morning about 10 a.m. and tried to let the tent dry out a little bit because it was wet again in the morning, but didn't really quite get there. But I said farewell to some of the other travellers who I met at that campsite. So there was a French guy and his son who were travelling on like a tandem. I don't know what you call it, but like a bike where you lie down and you pedal with your arms. So him and his young son, who was only probably 8 years old or something, were travelling to Strasbourg as well. So that was pretty freaking awesome, I thought. And there was also another German bike traveller heading to Strasbourg too. So the German guy left a bit before me, and I suspected I probably wouldn't see him again, and I didn't. And the French guy and his son, they were going a bit cruisier. The little kid didn't want to pedal too much, so they went for a swim in the pool, and then they were still swimming when I left. So I had a quick farewell to them, and I didn't see them again either. But kind of shot off and continued following the canal all the way to Strasbourg, and it was another really hot day yesterday. Talking to Domitelle, my host, and a couple of others last night. There's been a bit of a heat wave going through the area at the moment, and they reckon it was probably around 37 degrees the last couple of days, which was pretty freaking hot. I didn't realise it was that hot, but yeah, I believe it because I've just been cooking the last few days in the sun with no shade, following the canal and not having really anything to cover me. So I'll probably have to get a hat, I think, if this weather continues. But I was feeling really nice, really good and high energy, and enjoying riding along the canal. Like I've enjoyed not having huge distances to cover the last couple of days and being able to take my time a bit. Kind of have a bit of a siesta at lunch and have a long lunch and not be stressed about where I was going. So yesterday was only about 60k to get to Strasbourg, and today is only about 30k to get to Obernai, to Bastian's place. So kind of like 2 restish stays, although the heat is making it still pretty hard. Which is really great because I haven't really taken a rest day since Amsterdam, and this is, I think, day number 11. And I was kind of planning on taking one every week or so. So today's kind of a rest day. It's about 2:30 now, and only really just leaving Strasbourg now, and I'll be at Bastian's place in a couple of hours probably. So eventually cruised into Strasbourg yesterday around 4 o'clock or something. Got myself an ice cream and a waffle from the mall, and just tried to enjoy some of the air conditioning for a while. And eventually headed to Domitelle's place, where she was just arriving, so she met me at the gate actually. She came up behind me and kind of surprised me, and then she let me in, and then I went in and met her partner, who I think she's now divorced from, Jorge, and their 2 cute little kids, Esteban and Emilio. So it was kind of me and then a family of Spanish and French speakers. The kids didn't speak English, so I couldn't really interact with them too much. And Jorge was really nice, and we sat and chatted for quite a while. And he was from Mexico, and we spoke about Mexico and other parts of Europe and France and all the stuff. So it was really nice chatting to him, and Dom joined us for a while as well, and we all chatted together about various things about life, which is a really awesome part about Warm Shower, is just getting to chat to people from all different walks of life and different perspectives. But I was feeling a little bit uncomfortable, to be honest, because I felt like the family was not really, they weren't really English speakers, and I felt like I was like putting a bit of, I was making them kind of go out of their way a little bit to speak English to me, and I just don't really like being a nuisance, and I guess I felt like I was being a bit of a nuisance, making them entertain me, which I didn't really want. But I think it was more or less in my head, and they were happy to have me there. And eventually, at about 8:30, there was 2 other bicycle travelers arriving as well, and they were from Chile, and they eventually arrived after they had been exploring the city for a while. And so Jared and Ali, or Alejandra, arrived, and the Chileans and Latin Americans really in general are kind of the life of the party, and they came in and they were very talkative and ready to eat and really get everyone involved in the dinner party. So that was really awesome when they arrived, and really enjoyed chatting with them and sharing stories and talking about our travels. And actually they were both living in Melbourne before, so we had that in common, and Jared's going back to Melbourne after this to hopefully work as a translator, which is pretty cool. Ali's going to probably stay in Spain, maybe Barcelona, so I'm not sure how that's going to work between the two of them, but I wish them the best of luck. But anyway, they're heading kind of the opposite direction to me, which is kind of the theme of this trip, it seems. So they both started around Barcelona, and they're heading up to Amsterdam, whereas I'm kind of going the opposite direction. So we chatted a lot last night, and after Dom and Jorge had left and the kids had gone to bed, me and Jared and Ali chatted for quite a bit longer about our trips and everything, and everything that we had been through, which was really nice to share those experiences with other bike travelers. And eventually we all went to bed, probably a bit after midnight, and we're up again pretty early this morning to get back on the road, and kind of get out of Dom's hair, because she had things to do today as well with her kids, and she'd already gone out of her way quite a lot to host the 3 of us. So big thank you to Domitella. It was really awesome sharing your home last night, so thank you so much, and I hope that you can have the chance to be hosted by someone else at some point in the not too near future. And as I said, if you are looking for any tips or advice on bike traveling or anything in general, you're always welcome to contact me. So this morning was a bit slow. We I ended up leaving with Jared and Ali, and we went and got some coffee and some croissants, and then went and explored the cathedral, which is a really historic building here in Strasbourg, and that was just incredible, actually. I mean, I'm not a religious person, but it's you can see in these buildings, and you can feel the blood, sweat and tears and emotion that's gone into constructing these places, and all the people that have been through there and walked on the same steps as you and prayed on the same places that you have stood, prayed for miracles and for a better life, and it's just a really powerful place. So I really enjoyed being there, actually, more than I expected. But after that, Jared and Ali had to go off to their next stop with their trip, and I also have to go west and then a bit south to Albany. So we said farewell, and I hope to see them again, but who knows what will happen with these things. Yeah, thanks to you guys for making last night a lot of fun, and for spending today with me. I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed your company, and I think you're great people. So hope to see you again. And now I'm back on the road again by myself for another couple of hours before I meet up with Bastian. So I won't be alone for too long. But then after that, it probably will be another couple of days or so at least of cycling by myself, which I'm kind of looking forward to and kind of not. It's a bit bittersweet. Heading out again by yourself, yeah, a few mixed emotions, I guess. When you meet people who are really nice and you get on well with, and then you have to say goodbye, it's always a bit sad. But that's kind of the life of a solo traveller, for better or for worse. And so that's really it. I'm gonna have a bit of a late lunch now, and then I'll press on and meet up with Bastian. So yeah, bye.